All right, hello. My name is Wolf,
Daddy-o.
and we're just gonna go ahead and get this started.
Okay, pick a topic. Any topic.
Yeah. Well, so I'm on Twitter a lot. Obviously, you aren't, but there are the hashtag Fight for 15, which, if you don't know, is the $15 an hour minimum wage, which is ridiculous. First of all.
And a lot of talk shows or interviews or whatever, you always have your person who's for it, person who's against it, and they like to have that dynamic of arguing back and forth. No argument here. It's ridiculous.
It's stupid. And
it's very stupid.
And the fact is that the people who are at these rallies that are skipping work aren't going to be the ones that get $15 an hour if it's signed into law.
They'll get fired.
They'll get fired. I mean, honestly.
Well, okay, in California, it's already become a done deal.
Right.
But it's in increments of $1 a year over the next 6 years. So even then, by the time 2022 rolls around and it is $15 an hour, everybody's going to be bitching that they want more, and you're going to be paying $10 for a hamburger.
Yeah, that too. But
by itself.
Yeah, but what I was going to get at is, as an employer standpoint, you have to pay these people $15 an hour. And if you're going to pick somebody, you're not going to pick the person who's been skipping work, going out to these rallies and not doing their job. Though it's easy, those are the people that you fire.
Those are people that get cut.
Exactly. And then you just keep the people that have been working. And unfortunately, even though they've been going to work, their hours are going to get cut back too, because the employer still has to pay.
Well, the thing too is, okay, it's minimum wage is for an entry-level job, which means it's something like you do during summer break or when you're not in school or whatever. It's not your career. It's not if your aspiration is to be a crew leader, then you're losing the human race already. The other thing too is interesting is, okay, it's a lot of them that are wanting the hike in minimum wage are fast food workers, yet McDonald's is moving away from having actual people.
That's true. That's another thing.
They're having the order kiosk, and basically the only people that are going to work at McDonald's will be the cooks.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if I've shown you, but I saw this video. It was a robot that did our jobs for us. That's all. That's all it was. It made the whole burger, it cooked it, it put all the condiments on it. Done deal. There you go.
So yeah, you're not going to be getting $15 an hour working at McDonald's for very much longer, and you better start getting yourself educated and get out there and find yourself a real job that pays well. Mm-hmm. And the other thing too is these people that want $15 an hour at a fast food place. Okay, that's not going to happen if you can't do your job. You're not going to give you $15 an hour and then you can't put a straw in the bag. Or you can't make your order right. I got to come back through the drive-through and get it redone because you're stupid. Yeah,
I mean, honestly, both of us were the same. We pretty much don't like things on our burger like ketchup, mayonnaise, pickles. We don't mess around with that stuff. And so if I go up to Joe Schmo and say, "Hey, I want a plain burger," and then my burger's drowning in ketchup, why is that deserving? It's not
$15 an hour. It's not. Well, yeah. One thing is I don't like mustard or pickles. I don't mind ketchup on a hamburger. But the whole reason that I actually started ordering my food that way when I was younger was because then it's also made fresh because they have to do it. They can't take the bun and scrape off the stuff that's already there because they do. Some places still do is where they make like 10 burgers in a row and they're just sitting under a heat lamp. And so somebody orders it, it's already done. Fast service, here you go. Yeah. So I always started ordering my food specific ways. That way they have to make it fresh. That was one of the reasons. And I hate mustard.
Yeah, it's horrible. And you used to work at a fast food restaurant. We won't say the name. But, when you started working, what was your minimum wage?
I think minimum wage when I was working... Well, that depends. When I first started working out of high school, I worked at a place near the border where you run to the border. Anyway, they served Mexican food, and I think minimum wage was $3 and something an hour. and that was like in 1984. And then flash forward a few years to when the year that you were born, I think minimum wage was around 5 something, maybe $5 an hour.
And so, how old were you when the first time you started? And it was 3 whatever.
18.
18, and did you complain, or were you happy that you had?
I was happy I had a job. I was happy I was making money, and if people can go, well, 30 years ago, it was different. Well, that's true because we didn't have all the crap that technology stuff. And so I didn't need an iPhone. I didn't need a tablet. I didn't need any of that junk or a cell phone either. Basically, you had a phone in your house, and that was fine because usually it was taken care of by the parents.
Yeah. So I think we touched on that topic enough. We can move on.
Okay.
But what I did mention robots earlier, and I believe
Skynet is real.
Yeah, I showed you that video where it's the 4-legged animatronic
animal robot
animal that's walking around outside opening doors, and then they have the human one that's lifting boxes and stuff, and then they're all like.
And then there's I saw recently there's a robot. It's a female robot, and it's like the eyes are cameras, and they've got facial recognition in it so that it can remember who you are by your face.
Oh.
So if it talks to you, it's going to remember who you are. So like it can talk to you for 5 minutes, do whatever, and then you walk back and it'll recognize you and say hello to you and all that. And in Japan they have sex robots.
That's true. I don't know. I mean, if you saw Kill Bill, I will allude to a scene in that movie. No. But any thoughts though on the whole robots and just
Skynet is real.
Yes.
We're heading in that way where technology is advancing all the time, and pretty soon. Here's the thing: this is just my opinion. Everything that we say is just our opinion, so don't think it's the gospel truth of anything that you know. But unless we say so, the way robotics and all that stuff is going now, and 3D printing and all that, there's going to come a time when pretty much everybody's out of a job, and everybody's going to sit around and get fat.
Well, there will still be the people that have to
create these things,
create them and maintain them.
Yeah, but pretty soon, robots making robots.
That's true. In iRobot, Will Smith's character, I think it was Detective Splinter. He alluded to that. He talked about that the machines were building the machines and taking care of them.
Now see, that's where the age thing goes. You're referencing the movie iRobot. It was actually a book that was written in the 60s when I was born. So yeah. So are we done on robot topic?
Yeah, I think we can move on.
Okay, pick another topic.
Well, you and I are watching Daredevil right now.
Season 2, baby.
Fantastic job, I have to admit. I'm always a little worried when there's the comic book TV shows and movies. Don't get me wrong, I love them, obviously. But there's always something that they change to fit the movie or TV show that they're gonna portray. Such as Jessica Jones. There was a couple things wrong. I'm not going to say if you haven't seen it.
We have a special guest. Hold on.
Oh, it looks like my dog is here.
Come on, Bellas.
Oh, there's Bella.
Hi, Bella. This is what.
So, Jessica Jones. There are a few things that they changed, and I won't say anything if you haven't seen it. Arrow is another big example. Wow, a lot different than the comic books.
I can't even watch that show. Everybody dies and then comes back to life in a few episodes. It's annoying.
What?
It's like you get invested in a character and then they die and you go, oh, I'm so sad. Oh, look, here they are again. They came out of the Lazarus pool.
That's a lot of...
They just killed off somebody else, like last week. Laurel or somebody. It's like,
I haven't been watching.
Sorry, spoiler.
I haven't been watching, so I can't confirm or deny that. I apologize.
I can't watch that. It's garbage.
But Daredevil, they are doing a fantastic job.
Let's go first season.
So first season,
Vince D'Onofrio as Kingpin, outstanding casting choice. Outstanding casting choice, and he did such a good job.
That blew my mind watching that. That was fantastic. I couldn't have picked. I mean, for me, I think the first movie that I saw Vincent D'Onofrio in was Full Metal Jacket. He played Private Pyle, and spoiler, he blew his brains out in the bathroom. And so that's like what I had as Vincent D'Onofrio. And then I saw him.
You know what? I never did see that movie. But first movie I ever saw him in, Men in Black.
Men in Black?
Yep, the first Men in Black. He's the dude, he's the alien that is made up of a bunch of aliens, I think, and he gets inside the guy with the coveralls and drives the flower truck around.
Oh, yeah. Okay, that was the cockroach alien.
Yeah.
Okay.
And that was D'Onofrio.
Oh, okay. But, yeah. And what I really like about Daredevil, there are a few things different.
That's shiny.
But what they did is they looked at Frank Miller's comic book, which is the version that they've put to TV or to Netflix. They just looked at that and went, okay, let's just make that into a TV show. And it's doing a great job translating.
Well, see, here's the thing, too. I'm a fan of the first Daredevil movie with Ben Affleck and Jon Favreau. I thought they did a great job on it, and I don't have a problem with it. There's a lot of people, internet world, that don't like that movie. It's just like, why not? It was good. Mm-hmm. And then no disrespect to Michael Clark Duncan, but D'Onofrio was a way better Kingpin.
Yeah, no.
All Michael Clark Duncan did in that movie was be big. So he was just a big guy, you know. Yeah, they didn't give us enough scenes with him to explore the character because obviously they only had so much time to make this movie. But D'Onofrio, the exploration of his character in season 1 Daredevil, outstanding. The violence that he's capable of.
Wow, yeah, that
you know what I'm talking about, right?
Oh yeah, that was for me that was shocking. And I'll put it to you this way: one of my favorite scenes in films is the first Nightmare on Elm Street, where Freddy Krueger pulls Johnny Depp's character into the bed, and that fountain of blood shoots out. But in Daredevil, when he
no spoiling.
If you haven't seen it, just watch it. It's pretty gruesome, I can say.
Going ahead to season 2 Daredevil, we've only got 4 episodes in?
4 or 5. We're slacking on that one.
But it's still good. The addition of the Punisher character, Frank Castle. They've explored it a little bit, I think, enough to where if you want to root for him, you're going to root for him. If not, where we left off was that he got pretty bashed up, and he's like, what did he say? I'm checking out or something like that to make you think that he wasn't going to do it anymore. But obviously that's not the case,
right? Which
we'll find out in the rest of the season. But still, this season of Daredevil also seems a little darker.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
A lot more violence. Especially because it was Punisher.
Yeah.
And the Punisher's hits on the Irish mob and all the other places. That's been good.
Yeah. Now the funny thing is, because you're wearing a Walking Dead shirt, and I'm gonna mess it up, but it's John Barthenol. I think I probably screwed that up horribly, but
it's Birth, isn't it? Berth?
I'm not sure, but if you're not familiar with him, he played Shane in The Walking Dead. And for me, it was hard to kind of see him go from Shane to Punisher, but now that I'm 4 or 5 episodes in, I'm sold. It's great.
It's interesting when they do crazy castings like that. I remember a group of friends of mine from high school, and when we heard that Michael Keaton was going to play Batman, we were like, no, that's crazy, no. And also, we were kind of skeptical on Jack Nicholson as Riddler, Joker, but it turned out to be this is where it'll differ, but I'm going to say A, best Joker, and B, best Batman. And the other guys that have portrayed Batman just, no. Well,
okay.
I am very happy with Affleck's Batman.
Yes.
But Michael Keaton between Ben Affleck and Michael Keaton, there's what, 4 other guys? Screw that, man.
Yeah,
Keaton
Clooney. No, I'm kidding.
Keaton was the best.
Yeah. Daredevil. We want to touch anything? No, I think I'm good.
Okay.
But you were bringing up Batman, so I do want to talk about Batman and Superman. So since it's fairly new, we won't get into too much about it. But I was a big Bale fan when I watched the trilogy. I thought he did a great job, and then coming in watching Ben Affleck.
I didn't like Bale because, I don't know, he just annoyed me with his death metal Batman voice.
Okay, yeah, that, if you can look...
Sound like he was in Napalm Death or something.
If you can look past that and look at the acting that he did, the way that he portrayed Bruce Wayne...
It distracts
It
from
does,
acting.
but you have to move away. And the way that he did Bruce Wayne and Batman, it was pretty good. And then Affleck came in
I think
and
it was pretty standard.
knocked his socks off.
I think Bale's version of Bruce Wayne / Batman was pretty standard as far as how it compared to the rest of them.
Mhm.
The worst one, Clooney, but Clooney, like, yeah, you want to check to play Batman? Yeah, sure. Here, what do I do? Nothing. And then the other one was Kilmer. Man, that was bad. Oh, that's painful to watch. I hate Val Kilmer's Batman / Bruce Wayne, where you can't even differentiate which is which. And that's the hallmark of Batman is Bruce Wayne and Batman are two very, very, very different individuals, kind of like locked in the same body. Yeah. So yeah. Kilmer sucked. Clooney
Val
sucked.
Kilmer, which one was that? That was...
Forever. Or yeah, because Clooney's Batman and Robin, Kilmer is in Forever.
Okay.
The thing is, and that's when they had Jim Carrey as the Riddler.
Yeah, my favorite Riddler.
Complete wasted opportunity. They could have done so better with that.
Still my favorite Riddler.
Well, we haven't got a Riddler in the. Oh yeah, we haven't got another Riddler in the Batman movies. So maybe we'll get a good one coming up. What else? Anything?
I wanted to touch on Henry Cavill as Superman. He's great. He's doing a great job, I have to say. Who played him before in Superman Returns?
Guy that's on Arrow and Legends of Tomorrow. What's his name? Ralph.
Okay.
Something Ralph.
It was
I think the whole love affair with him is he had such a striking resemblance to Christopher Reeve. That's why he's got a pretty big following as far as that. But Superman Returns was okay.
I mean, there was a couple things wrong with the plot. The movie was okay. The plot towards the end, and we can talk about that. That came out almost 10 years ago.
Well, it's not the plot, but the inclusion of the stupid, like he got stabbed with
kryptonite
and lived. No, that's not going to happen.
No. Oh, I do want to say Kevin Spacey,
awesome.
Lex Luthor,
awesome.
Wow, that is great.
Okay, so we saw. Okay, you just watched the recent original Superman with me, right?
Yes.
Okay, and I showed you that guy, Gene Hackman, phenomenal actor from my generation, and then we've also seen Batman versus Superman. So, the kid.
Jesse Eisenberg.
Okay, so Jesse Eisenberg versus Kevin Spacey versus Gene Hackman. Go.
You know what? For a long time, Kevin Spacey was up at the top, and then I saw Jesse Eisenberg, and at first I was kind of with everybody, like, is he gonna do a good job? Then I started to see more stuff from the trailer, and I was like, okay, he's gonna do a good job. And then I saw it. Wow. And now they're both kind of up there. Gene Hackman, for what he did, it was good. I liked it, but I'm still going to go with Spacey.
He was pretty diabolical. The other thing about Eisenberg, okay, it wasn't clear to me. He's Lex Luthor Jr.?
Yeah, I wasn't sure on that one.
He talks about his dad, and does he call him Lex? I don't call him Lex Senior. I don't know.
I don't remember.
We'd have to see the movie again.
Well, I mean, but he gets Lex from his full name, which is Alexander, and he just pulls off the LEX out of it. And I'm not 100% sure on that one. Have to see it again.
He did a good job, though. He did a.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with they had a strange age difference going on.
Yeah, that I didn't understand, but
Well, because remember that Affleck is portraying Frank Miller's Batman, Frank Miller's Dark Knight Batman, who's supposed to be older.
who is older, and in this, I believe.
And then he's like got 10 years on Superman, maybe.
Right, because I think in this movie, Superman is 35 technically, and then Lex was what,
like a
20.
He seemed like a kid. He seemed
Yeah.
very childlike. Well, because it gave him his long hair and, and all that, and he was kind of like he was almost like
A rich kid, kind of spoiled. But I will say
like
that
worked at
added to
Google
it.
or something.
Yeah, I say it worked into it because the thing is as an audience, we know Lex Luthor is a bad guy. We know that he's a horrible person. But these people in his world don't. So for him to be playing basketball in his company, in his lobby, and then he's like, "Oh yeah, well I'm also going to make Doomsday to kill Superman." Oh, oops! If you haven't seen the trailer, I mean that was pretty cool for me. It's like, oh, here he is playing basketball. Oh, but here he is being evil.
Right.
Doing a very good
He
job.
did a good job, and his exploration and the way he acquired the knowledge
Mm-hmm.
to build Doomsday, that was cool scene. We're not going to say how that works.
No, but that was fantastic. I really liked Eisenberg, but I still have to give it to Spacey. That's so good.
As long as we're on the superhero kick, what about Green Lantern Corps? Are you excited?
Yes, very. My number one favorite superhero of all time, the Green Lantern Corps. More specifically, I like Hal Jordan, mainly because in the Justice League cartoon when I was growing up, that's who they had. And I haven't seen any casting announcements for it yet, but I'm excited regardless. I will say the Green Lantern movie with Ryan Reynolds, people give it crap, but I own it. I love that movie.
I thought it was all right. It could have been better.
It could have been.
So could have Ghost Rider 2.
Oh, jeez.
So could have any of the Hulk movies.
Mm-hmm.
So they're there. They're what they were for the time.
I want to circle back to Ghost Rider, but you mentioned the Hulk movies. You've said time and time again that you really like Mark Ruffalo.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing a great job. I like it because he's a nervous Bruce Banner. Who was it before? It was
Ed Norton and Eric Bana.
Yeah. So I think Ed Norton. Basically, to me, what it's like is that Mark Ruffalo kind of looked at Ed Norton's. He was kind of nervous, but he was also more strategic. And he just kind of cut that strategic part out and just put the nervous Bruce Banner up
until
forward.
we get a Hulk movie, because in both Hulk movies, Banner was trying to cure himself because he considered what he had to be like a curse. And then if you go back to the television show with the great late actor Bill Bixby, I mean, he did awesome. He was great. So to me, the bar starts with Bixby and then goes down to Ruffalo, and everybody else is back down there. And I'm going to sneeze. No,
Not at the camera, that way.
It's gone away.
Okay.
Maybe. I don't know. Anyway, but you'd have to be familiar. Now, the show, of course, was it was on a television budget, and it was
That way.
Okay.
Okay.
It was a weekly show, so they didn't have a lot of money, and so of course it came off as really cheesy. But the performances, Lou Ferrigno played the Hulk, and all he did was growl a lot and throw shit around. And then, but Bixby's Banner was like tormented by what became of him, or what he turned into, and that's what Ruffalo's doing.
Mm-hmm.
Ruffalo is tormented. He doesn't want to turn into the Hulk. And subsequently, that leads to his actions and his interactions with the other heroes, romantic and all that kind of thing. And then, then of course, he also can smash when he needs to Hulk smash.
That's true. That's
cool.
true.
Speaking of that, Civil War next week.
Oh yeah, I'm excited. I'm ready. I'm loving what they're doing by not showing who the big villain is. They're doing the same thing with Suicide Squad. They're not. All you know is that they're put together, but that's it. So circling back to Civil War, they're not showing you, is it Thanos? Is it not? We don't know. We know for sure Crossbones is in it, but what? No. I mean, he's just gonna get
like
beat up real quick.
Mercenary guy anyway.
I mean, dude, Spider-Man just come in there, wah, and it's over. So, I mean, he's no. By the way, I'm super happy for Spider-Man. Second favorite superhero ever. People give me crap because they think he's lame, but that's because they have no idea about Spider-Man. But yeah, I don't know. Are you ready?
Oh yeah, I'm working on TARDIS to have what the financial means to go see it on opening weekend. We go back to Galaxy.
Yeah,
and
the
see
IMAX.
see it in IMAX for $18. Why not? But yeah, Thanos is a part of it because all these movies are working towards the common goal
Of Thanos coming to
of
Earth.
Avengers Infinity War. But
hmm
I think there's going to be somebody else in there that we have to worry about, and it's not just Crossbones. It's got to
No.
be something better than that.
Crossbones ain't nothing, dude.
Now, the thing is when you look at the opposing teams, there can't be a fight because the Vision is the most powerful. He would just wipe them out.
Yeah, I have seen Vision in the trailer. I don't know. Maybe I don't know what role he's gonna play. What? I don't know. I'm lost on that one.
It shows them as opposing sides coming to a fight. There's no fight because Vision would look what he did to Ultron. He would just wipe them out almost with a thought.
Gone.
So yeah, I don't understand how that works. And when I was growing up in the '70s, there was a great comic book series called What If.
Oh yes, I've
And
looked into those.
There is it What If the Vision killed everybody? I think was one of the names of one of the ones. And so I mean, basically, he would just take care of. He would wipe everybody out.
But of course, there are more what ifs though. There's what if Deadpool and he kills the whole Marvel universe, and I'm pretty sure he gets to what's his face, Vision.
Deadpool was great.
Oh yes.
Go out
Now,
and see it. Go out and buy it. It comes out on Blu-ray next
Wow.
week.
but what I said earlier about movies, comic book movies, they change it for the story that they're going to tell. Deadpool is no
Exception.
Thank you. There were things that weren't true. I won't say a whole lot if you haven't seen the film, but I mean from the trailer, Deadpool talks about whatever they did to him makes him immortal. No, that is not true. Thanos does that later on during his existence. There was no Dr. Kilbrew, which was odd. They basically took Ajax and put him in Dr. Kilbrew's slot and said, "You're the main villain of the film."
Yeah, but you got to remember too that Ryan Reynolds didn't have $100 million
True.
to make this movie. He pretty much made it himself, and he even he addressed that in the movie.
Right.
And the other thing too is just like his girlfriend's character, she becomes her own superhero.
Right.
But in an interview with it was one of the writers or something. It wasn't Ryan Reynolds. It was somebody else. It was a
Mhm.
writer producer. They were talking about the story that they wanted to tell. They wanted to tell Deadpool's story.
Mm-hmm.
So if they make enough money where they can make another one or two ongoing movies, sequels, they might be able to show her story too,
Mm-hmm.
if people want to see it. That's one thing that he talked about. So, and then TV shows, Netflix shows, movies, people get mad because they're not exactly what the
Accurate.
comic book says. But here's the thing, you've already read the comic book. So that, and it may cost more money to do something panel for panel the way it's supposed to be. So
Mhm.
there's things that are changed. They change things, they take what they call artistic liberties for drama to
Mhm.
move the story in a different direction, to move the story along quicker. They'll cut something out and things like that. Or else every movie, especially for superhero movies, it would be like 8 hours long, like the Lord of the Rings trilogy.
Yeah, but tell me you wouldn't pay to watch an 8-hour Deadpool movie that was comic book accurate. I would be there.
I got 8 hours. I got other things to do.
But if we're still talking about comic books, haha, The Walking Dead. they do it in such a way that they're open about it. They're like, we follow some stuff, we don't follow it completely, and that's so you don't know what's coming up.
Speaking of that, I recorded I recorded an episode of At Midnight with Chris Hardwick, but and it was Hardwick or Kirkland or somebody recently. Well, I'm sure they've said it dozens of times because people say it all the time, but I think they said they only use 30 to 40% of the comic book storyline for source material.
Right.
So as long as you know that going in, you shouldn't have a problem with the way the story progresses.
I love The Walking Dead. That's favorite TV show right now.
And okay, so then who got Negan's bat? What do you think?
Well, I'm Glenn. I have to say Glenn.
Why?
I say Glenn because that's how it happened in the comic books. And
well, we just established it.
Right, I know. Well, I have a second choice, and that's Daryl. But I'll get to that in a second. But
if Daryl dies, we riot.
I'll still watch the show. I'm gonna say Glenn because that's how it happened in the comics. 2, that's gonna make the biggest impact aside from killing Michonne. But I doubt that's gonna happen. I mean, if they're gonna kill off Rick's lovers, then what's the
I'd like to see. I mean, I'm hoping it's just somebody that's inconsequential, like Aaron or somebody like that, because nobody cares. And then the show could continue because it'll just have put the holy fear into you of like, no, we can't lose this character. And it's like, oh, sure, it's just Aaron. Yeah. Who cares? Well, let's get back to watching the show.
Right. Also, another reason, because I am sick and tired of them toying with Glenn's life. Oh, is he dead or is he not?
So just kill him. Screw it.
Because seriously, if you watch from season 1 till now, that's what they've been doing.
He's gone through a lot of shit.
Yeah.
But here's another thing too. The only thing is if it is Glenn, then I don't like the message that they're sending out that only single moms can survive in a zombie apocalypse.
No. Oh well, no. Lori wasn't single. So, spoiler. If you're a couple years behind now.
7.
Yeah. And I'm gonna say Daryl too because Norman Reedus has that other show coming out.
Yeah, but people can do more shows.
Yeah, but I mean, honestly, if you're in the middle of filming The Walking Dead, hey Norman, we want to do this other show. Well, I'm kind of busy. I'm filming this. Oh, never mind. I'm dead. Well, let's just do a show then. So, those are my 2.
Okay.
What about you? Who do you say got? Well, Aaron.
Well, like I said, I don't know. I'm hoping it's somebody inconsequential that I don't really care about. So that way we can not be emotionally invested and go, damn it, I love that guy. Why'd they kill him off?
Do you think they have the cojones to kill off Rick?
No, that's not going to happen.
No?
No. He's the flippin' star. People watch it because he's like Clint Eastwood. He's such a badass. You're not going to watch it if Coral becomes the leader.
Give him such a hard time. He's British. Trying to say an American name. But I mean, in the comics, Carl does become leader.
So does Feral Boy in Mad Max, the second movie.
I don't watch Mad Max.
The one with
Mel Gibson?
Yeah, the Mel Gibson series.
I don't know. I haven't seen it. No, I think I don't know. But like I said, no matter who got the bat, I don't care. I'm going to keep watching the show. It's a fantastic show. The people who say that if this character dies,
they're gonna quit watching
it, then they don't really like the show.
They're just a fan of the actor or the character.
Yeah, that actor, that actress, that character, that's all they care about. Like, the little spoiler warning, when Beth died in the hospital, my house was completely silent. Like, I was watching it with my mom, her boyfriend, and someone else, I don't remember.
Josh?
No, it wasn't Josh. It was her boyfriend's mom. So we were all watching it. I got my family to watch it. We're sitting there and we're eating dinner because it was 6. Yeah, we were watching it at 6, and there's like small house noises. There's your forks on the plate and everything, and then bang, and it was just silent. And if I'm not mistaken, that ended that portion of this season. that was mind blowing. It was sad.
Yeah.
Not for you, but and I kept watching
No,
the
it didn't
show.
end the season there.
Oh, it
That
didn't.
wasn't a season finale.
Oh, okay. No, mid-season finale.
No.
No? Okay. Well, anyways, for me that was super sad, but here I am still watching the show. It's because I got invested in Beth, saw Beth's story, it ended, but I want to know what's going on.
I've got a friend that I try to convince to watch the show, tell him that zombies are secondary, they really don't have anything to do with the show.
Mm-hmm.
It's all about the people and how they learn to cope and survive and adapt and all that. You have any other topics you want to go over?
No, but I do want to mention that there are the people who point out that every season it's Rick's group against another one, and that they're sick of it. It's like, but that's what's going to happen in that world. You have something, people want it. Either they're going to try and kill you for it, or they're going to try and kill you for it.
Here's the thing, too, okay? It's Rick's group versus whatever odds and whatever other group. If that's not what you want to see, then don't watch it. That's why they came out with Fear the Walking Dead, because you got a whole nother group of people that you can follow.
Right. Who, I think in that instance, it's more about the walkers than it is about...
You know, surprisingly, we haven't given that show a chance. We haven't watched it yet.
I know, and we're slacking. We also haven't watched Once Upon a Time, which looks like something that we would enjoy. But, hey,
I
yeah,
don't know.
whatever.
It's weird. We're very choosy on what we choose to watch and get caught up with.
Oh, Suicide Squad. Are you excited for that at all?
I was until it started to look like Joker's not part of the squad, that he's somewhere else.
You know what? I don't care. I'm going to watch it. Jared.
Well, I know I want to see it, but, you know, premise-wise, it was cool.
Mm-hmm.
Group of bad guys, blah, 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 although it's a rip-off of The Expendables. But but the thing is like much was made about Jared Leto's Joker, which I think too is if you haven't seen it, if you can look it up on YouTube, it's the digital short where it's Jack Nicholson reacts to the new Joker. What a great spot! What a great little short film that is. It's hilarious. But it looks like from the way they've chopped up the trailers, it looks like Jared Leto's not even part of the Suicide Squad. His Joker is just somewhere else doing something.
I think he's going to be like running interference. He's going to, because I mean, what does he care? He's just going to go around doing whatever he wants.
Well, and the thing too is, okay, we know that Ben Affleck as Batman is in Suicide Squad.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe they're going to kind of have their own subplot story that, you know, takes place
Possibly.
as
But
a
I mean,
as a B plot.
There are scenes though in the trailer with Harley Quinn and Joker together. So I don't know. Which I want to bring up. Would they choose what? Or no? Would they choose how they want Harley Quinn to look? It's getting on my nerves that they're bouncing between. They haven't decided if she's going to go full red and black hair or just stick blonde. Because in the comic books, her hair is permanently red and black right now because Joker threw her into the same chemicals, which is showing in the movie. It's in the trailer, but she still has her blonde hair. So would they just pick one and stick with it?
That doesn't really waver me one way or the other.
That's all I got on that one. I did want to circle back to Ghost Rider. Okay, so now the first movie, great. I loved it. Nicolas Cage. I mean, that's it, right? Nicolas Cage. It was good.
He's a good actor. The story that they told was good. It's kind of a starting point that should have led to better movies. But it might have been a victim of its time, because if you look right now, the general consensus is first Iron Man in 2008 started the MCU, the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and all the movies have been better. Each one is better than the last one.
That's true.
So before, you've got 2 Ghost Riders, 2 Fantastic Fours, 3 Spider-Man,
which are good in my
which
opinion.
were great, but they were a victim of their budgets, the technology available,
Mhm.
and whether people would be invested in going and seeing them. And if you look at those 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 movies right there, then I would think that Spider-Man was the most successful. And I love Tobey Maguire's
Oh yeah,
Spider-Man.
great.
I think he did an awesome job. The third movie was
Iffy.
iffy. And I'm going to say it's the weakest among the 3. And
Mhm.
I actually prefer the second movie. I
Mhm.
think the Alfred Molina's Doc Ock was great. Take those 3, so they're kind of like on a level on their own, and then you've got the 2 Fantastic Four movies. I think one was better than no, the first one was better than the second one. The Silver Surfer one was, I don't know, could have been better.
Mhm.
The thing is, when they decide they're going to make a movie based on a character or whatever, they want to see if the potential is there to keep making them, to turn it into a franchise. So the first one is like they throw as much as they can to get you hooked on it. And then it seems like the second one is like, oh, well, we don't have to try as hard because we
Right.
already got everybody to come see the first one.
So, but what I want to talk about is I love Ghost Rider, great movie. Spirit of Vengeance was horrible. I didn't even watch the whole movie. I watched, spoiler, up to the part where he loses his Ghost Rider power, and I turned off the movie. I was like, I'm done with this. This is lame. This is crap. They rewrote part of the first movie in the little opening to the film, and I was
That's
like,
never a good sign.
and I was like, no, I'm done with this. But what I would like to see is with the MCU where it is now and the Netflix shows, give me a Ghost Rider either in either of those 2 mediums, and I'll love it. I would like to see him in the MCU because him against Tony Stark. If you don't know anything about Ghost Rider,
One of the most powerful
beings in the
Superheroes,
Marvel
yeah.
universe. But if he was to come up to Tony, man, it would be eye-opening for Stark. If you don't know anything, I highly recommend you look up Ghost Rider. But what I was going to say is who should play
The new Ghost Rider?
the new Ghost Rider. I have my picks. I know for me...
Oh, I got one.
Okay, well, I'll get there in a second. So this is in no order, but I got Jude Law, most known for as Dr. Watson in the Sherlock Holmes movies with Robert Downey Jr. Of course, I mean, he would do pretty good. I got Charlie Hunnam from Sons of Anarchy. He played Jax. That would be good. Gerard Butler. Oh, yeah. And then, who is my 4th one? Oh, crap, I don't remember. I can look it up. Go ahead and do yours.
Go Jason Statham.
Okay.
I like Gerard Butler. That'd be cool. And then one more I can pick. I got nothing. I think Statham would be my top pick.
I would
Actually, you know what? It'd be cool because if they're rebooting it, basically it's redoing the first one.
Mm-hmm.
Statham as Johnny and Gerard Butler as Carter Slade.
Yeah. Or Clint Eastwood as Carter Slade.
Yeah, Clint Eastwood's gonna be dead. But
Okay, that's who I picked. I picked Tom Hardy as my 4th one. Great job as Bane. In The Revenant, I don't remember his character's name. It was good. His character wasn't developed, but that didn't stop Tom Hardy from giving a great performance. I would like to see that.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Looking at time, let me tell you about future Eric Wolf podcasts are going to include, I don't know.
Well, I'll decide if we're going to put them in the podcast or not, but he plans on doing a dramatic reading. If you don't know what that is, he's going to take lyrics from a song and then read them as if they were poetry, which I can't wait for that.
Which is kind of I'll tell you right now, I'm stealing this from a great comedian from my generation and earlier. His name was Steve Allen. It's a bit that he invented in the late 50s, early 60s. It's awesome.
I don't know if recently, but the last time I saw someone do it, it was Marcus Allen. He did it on Good Day Sacramento. No, it's not. He was out.
Yeah, he's out.
Oh, okay.
He's out of rehab. Also, we might pick 3 trending topics
to talk about.
We'll just look up and see what's trending and pick 3 maybe.
I'll go on Twitter. I will also be doing a reading. I might call it Wolf's Read or Eric's Read or something. In my spare time, I write short stories. So I'll just read, I'll read some snippets from those. If you guys like them, let me know and I'll do more. If you don't, then voice that too and I won't do more.
Also give a shout out to, this is my creative kid. This is Eric. And then I have my creative kid number 2, which is my daughter, Jessica, DJ Cutie Coyote.
I think so.
And she's still working on her stuff. Check her out. She's on
Facebook. She's what she does is she mixes her own songs together. Obviously,
she's learning. She's still learning how to do it. My shout out to my granddaughter Elena. Grandpa loves you.
So just leave me a like if you like this video, and you can follow me at Twitter at WolfmanEric20.
If you want to, and then we don't mind if you guys want to call us dorks or something like that, but leave out the hate.
Please.
That's so stupid.
Please keep the comment section clean. If you don't agree with our opinions, they're opinions. They're not facts.
Make your own podcast.
All right. That's what I did.
Leave off the hate. That's just lame.
Right. So subscribe, become part of the Wolfpack today. All right.